What's up? I'm just making a video showing my class setups just in case anybody watching wants to know what I use for some of my videos. So I'm just going to start off now. Actually, before I do that, my streak setups is just going to be recon, artillery, paratroopers, because it's probably the fastest streak setup to really get a lot of kills. Because your recon just builds up to your artillery, back to the paratroopers, and it just re-rolls really well. So recon, artillery, paratroopers is what I use mainly. Our first class is going to be, this is my search and destroy class. It's Mountain Hustle. You can really sub out Hustle for, say, Scoped or Hunker, Energetic, something like that. I just like using Hustle because I feel like in Search and Destroy, reloading really is necessary for some of the gunfights that you have to use. And this is a comp setup for your PPSH, Quick Draw, Grip, and Advanced Rifling, just because Search and Destroy is a really competitive game mode. And anytime I can be, like, good for the rule set, I'll do it. I just try to stay within these competitive boundaries when it comes to modes like that. Next is my main head glitching class. In all of my, and usually it's going to be Ordinance Hunker, but it does switch out a little bit. Yeah, so the best training is going to be Ordinance, Commando's training, and the one is going to be Hunker. And it's going to be a Lewis with extended mags, rapid fire, and FMJ. I feel like even if some people use the LAD or the chat a lot, or the VMG, anything like that more, the Lewis is just the most consistent because of its ammo. You see it has 100 bullets in the clip with extended mags, and even without extended mags it has 47, which is not too bad itself. But you could really sub out the Lewis for the VMG. Some people prefer the VMG, but I don't, just because of its ammo capacity. The LAD's really good too. I just really don't like the way it feels compared to the Lewis. I just overall use the Lewis a lot more, and I feel like the Lewis is probably your best bet when it comes to head glitching. You can sub out FMJ for quick draw. As you can see, it really does help the whole aiming down sight with the slow ass LMG. But I like using FMJ just because sometimes you're going to be in a situation where you have to spawn trap or shoot through a wall, and it'll help you out a lot. Secondary is going to be the 1911 because I feel like this secondary, unlike the machine pistol, is actually pretty consistent. It does have a lot of recoil, but if you can control it, it can honestly cross map people. So I like to use the 1911 just because I think it's probably your best bet when it comes to having a slower LMG like this. You can just switch to that and just 1-2. Next class is going to be my Itcher Burst class setup. I actually took this class from Lucas Hayter from LOE, the guy who dropped 235 on Gamble. It's going to be the Itcher Burst Ordnance Hunker with extended mags, high caliber, and rapid fire. High caliber doesn't really benefit a lot of weapons too well, but on the Itcher Burst it really does. It's not going to show in the firing range, but it usually makes it like a 2 to 3 shot, or like half a burst with half a burst, or if you hit like half of your burst, it's gonna kill somebody with high caliber. So extended mags is a must when it comes to guns like this, because it's slow. I just like using extended mags on ARs and LMGs, or anything that's not really an SMG. Rapid fire because it does shoot a little slow without it, but you can always sell it rapid fire for something like if you're playing in a more close quartered map, quick draw, so you can just snap people like that. This still shoots fairly fast without rapid fire, but I do like rapid fire just for that added bonus. I'm using the machine pistol on this one, but honestly, you really could sub out for anything like the 1911, anything like that. You really could. It doesn't really matter. So whatever sidearm you really feel comfortable with, you can just go from there with that. Next class is going to be my main C4 class. It's Expeditionary Saboteur. That's the main. That's the C4 setup for any class when it comes to satchels. And it's going to be the combat shotgun with rapid fire, advanced rifling, and steady aim. Some people like to use extended mags on the shotgun, but I feel like it doesn't. The shotgun itself is already pretty weak, even with attachments. So I feel like just subbing out extended mags for steady aim or advanced rifling makes this a ton better. So yeah, you're gonna have satchel charges, stun grenades, because he holds a lot of stuns, and just those satchels. This is probably the most frustrating class to go against because you get shocked in and then blown up. It's awful, but I have it, so if you want to just go ahead and be a dickhead, go use that class. This is going to be my PPSH class that I use whenever I'm just trying to get a lot of streaks, because it doesn't have Ordnance on it, but it has Escalation Hunker on it. And this isn't really my streaking class, contrary to what I just said. It's more just like a slaying class. Escalation Hunker with this setup. I don't use rapid fire on this one just because I feel like the recoil just is it's not hard to control, but it's just a little bit unpredictable sometimes. So I don't like to use rapid fire on this setup because I don't have extended mags. So I just like to throw on quick draw, because you don't really need quick draw because of escalation, but I just like to have quick draw on all my subs, like all of them. because I feel like it make or breaks a gunfight. That or steady aim. So Escalation Hunker for this one, because Escalation makes shortly after kills aim down sight significantly, and multi-kills instantly refill multi-magazine. Now by multi-kills it means literally a double kill. You can get one kill, and then like a second one over here, refill, another one. Twist your pistol. That works too. It really does anything. Escalation is probably one of the best perks in the game. And then Hunker, obviously, because if you die to a grenade one off your V2, it's not going to feel too awesome. This is going to be, now moving on to the next class, this is my class that I use whenever I'm either playing in a 6v6 or I'm playing against people that spam a lot. Armored makes it so, ignore the KD, I used to suck at this game. Armored is, you take significantly less explosive and fire damage, so like if there's a firebombing, you're not going to really die instantly to that, you can walk through it. I feel like Armored really is stronger than Hunker, so you can probably take like 1 to 2 grenades before you do die. You're immune to gas grenades and stun grenades. You have FMG on your gun already, and you don't like move a lot when you flinch. Like your gun doesn't like move like this. Flinch is practically non-existent when using Armored. And Ordinance just because you can get streaks. So when you're not getting blown up or anything, and you can beam people with this overpowered ass gun, having Ordinance, you really can streak fast with this class if you're playing against sweats. So this is what I use mainly when I'm playing against good players or C4 spammers. Like I said, I forgot to mention this, but the lethal is usually always going to be a sticky grenade if you're not running a C4 class. It's always going to be a sticky grenade unless you're a faggot who uses S-mines. But, sticky grenade, yeah. This next one, I don't really use this gun too much, but I just put it on just because I wanted to try it out. It's the Blissful Wicca. Now this gun really has 0 recoil at all. I'm not even using grip, you can see here. The best setup for this is advanced rifling, extended magazine, rapid fire. Just because this gun really is weak. So I'm not using grip here, I'm not moving any of these thumbsticks, I'm just going to shoot it at this and just hold it down. I'm not holding it down at all. The most it goes up is practically 2 centimeters. If you have any understanding of how to push down a thumbstick at all, this gun has virtually no recoil at all. It just beams. The damage is a little bit on the downside, but then again, if it had higher damage, it would be the best gun in the game, easily because of its recoil and fire rate. I still think it is pretty lethal, I just don't use it too often. So Ordnance Hunker is going to be the setup here, and if you like guns that have no recoil, or you're not too good at, or not too fond of recoil, and you like have fast fire rate guns, the Blissful Wicca is probably your best bet for a gun that you'll like. Next class setup. This is probably the most damaging, even over the Army MP. The Ribby Rolls is probably the most damaging gun in the game. And you can really sub out grip for this, because he doesn't really need grip. But I just like to run it sometimes because the recoil does jump a bit to the left or right. And I'm pretty good at controlling recoil, but the River Rolls is a little bit unpredictable for me. So I like to use grip on it just to nullify that and make it really a good gun. But you could always use steady aim for it, because the steady, even the hip fire for this gun is crazy. I'm not even using steady aim, you can see I'm mapping hip firing. So you can just imagine what steady aim would do. Look here. You can map targets without even having to aim, and it really is ridiculous. I don't like using it that though because it's a little noobish, to be honest. Alright, so Ordnance Hunker with Ribby Roll, because this gun, it really is a monster. Even over here, it's just like, one, two, three, four, five shots at that range, which might seem like a lot, but not really. My fault, but like I said, the Ribby Rolls is probably the most damaging sub in the game, and paired with Ordnance Hunker, and you're going to streak a lot. You can always use Escalation Hunker with this gun too, because it's just such a shredder. This gun is really crazy, and I used to use it a lot back in the day for search. So that class is there if you want a really powerful weapon. Alright, next. And you're not going to lose gunfights with this gun, I promise you. If you have decent aim, you're not going to lose a gunfight with this gun. You just point and shoot, you're going to kill anybody. This class I got from Desert Locust, who's a very good player. It's Escalation Hustle, which is a weird class setup, but it works for this class particularly. This isn't really a streaking class, it's more of a, killing class. The Thompson, in my opinion, doesn't have that much recoil, but I can obviously see where you need grip for it. I don't think it has that much recoil at all because I'm pretty good at controlling recoil. And I don't think it needs rapid fire, but it's on there because Desert Locust says that's the best class setup to use. So you're going to want to use Escalation Hustle for the double kills and the reload to make it quick, just in case you don't get the double kill. This class is really good for slaying, and it will honestly feel like you have Ordnance how quick you're going to be killing people with this gun. This gun doesn't have a lot of damage, but it just shoots so ridiculously fast that you're going to win a lot of gunfights with it. And I'd pick this gun over a lot of other subs when it comes to just slaying out. So Escalation Hustle with the Thompson, Extended Mags Grip, and Rapid Fire. Alright, next is going to be a really good class of mine. It's the MP40 with, now Quickdraw on this class makes or breaks the class. Where Quickdraw on this class is ridiculous, because you can see how easily you can just snap the targets. It's crazy. So Extended Mags, Rapid Fire, and Quickdraw. MP40 is very damaging. It's probably on par with PPSH, but it can't really hold up to like shit like the Becca Wicca, the Army MP. But still, the MP40 is really good. So Ordnance Hunker, Extended Mags, Quickdraw, and Rapid Fire. This gun's crazy. You'll streak a lot with this gun. Virtually no recoil if you have any sense of how to play the game. So if you want a damaging weapon that can 3-shot up close and is really good, go with the MP40. Now this right here is probably on par with being the best sub in the game. It's the Becca Wicca. This gun is really good just because it has, like I said with every other gun, practically no recoil if you have any understanding of how to control recoil. Really fast fire rate, really good iron sights, nice recoil pattern. Cause I just like the way the back of the gun kicks. I feel like I can control it a lot. It has a little side-to-side recoil, but it's mainly vertical, so you can probably control that very well. Fast fire rate, relatively high damage, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. So 4 with that fire rate, and I'm pretty sure it has pretty good range. 1, 2, 3, like 4 or 5 right there over there. It honestly shreds, and with Ordnance Hunker, this could probably be on par with the Army MP for the best SMG in the game. So this is probably going to be your main class for slaying out if you do like to play shipment. It's going to be Ordnance Hunker with Extended Mags, Advanced Rifling, and Rapid Fire with the Becca Wicca. And if you don't know how to pronounce that, it's right here, the Becca Wicca. Automatic SMG with steady recoil and high fire rate. This gun is really good. I highly recommend it. This next class is really underrated. This gun is really underrated. It's the Nambu Type 2. Honestly, most of these guns in the game really don't have that much recoil, but this gun really doesn't have any recoil at all. Like, not as little as the Blissful Wicca, because that gun is a laser beam, but this gun really doesn't have that much recoil at all. Slightly slower fire rate than any other SMG that you're going to be used to, but you can still manage it if you use like PPSH, just like that. It actually probably has higher damage than the PPSH, it feels like. So if you like the PPSH, you're going to like this weapon a lot. Probably even better. It doesn't kill quite as fast as the PPSH because of its fire rate, but it still is very good. And if you like beam weapons, it's basically a PPSH with no recoil. So if you like PPSH, you're going to like this gun. You don't need grip on this gun, so Extended Mags, Advanced Rifling, and Rapid Fire is your best class with this gun. Ordnance Hunker, of course, and whatever secondary you want. Now, if you don't like Ordnance Hunker, you can always switch these out with Escalation, Hustle, anything like you want to use. But I am a streaker player. I use Ordnance and Hunker because I don't like getting blown up. So this is going to be your class for Nambu Type 2. Next is going to be the Serpentine 2, or the Army EMP. This is my 5th subclass. This is my favorite class in the game easily. 20,000 kills with it, and I won't have it for like 5 months. This gun is ridiculously strong. It feels like it kills in 2 shots. Honestly, it's really crazy. You don't even have to have steady aim to hit fire people, bro. This is the best SMG in the game, I think, and this is the best setup. You don't switch anything for this. Quick draw, extended mags, and rapid fire. This is all you need for this gun. All you need, and you'll beam. This gun is just crazy. Ordinance, Hunker, Ordinance, Escalation, whatever you want. This gun will get you streaks, will get you kills. So if you want a class that will not let you down at all, this is your one. This is your class. The Irma EMP with extended mags, quick draw, and rapid fire. Whatever secondary you want, and a sticky grenade. Next is my grease gun class. I don't use the grease gun as much as I used to, but I used to use it on a really good daily basis. The grease gun was like a poor man's Ruby Rolls before the Ruby Rolls came out. And this gun was usually considered to be your damaging weapon of the subclass. The grease gun is probably not on par with the Ruby Rolls or the Arma EMP nowadays, but you can still... Like I was saying, it's still a good weapon to use if you just want to kill out and get streaks. So the grease gun's best class hip is going to be quick draw, extended mags, and rapid fire, just because I don't like the it doesn't have that much recoil, and I really don't like the aim down sight speed. But you really could sub out quick draw for grip because it does have a little bit of kick. But the grease gun is really good if you do like heavy damaging weapons. And whatever secondary you want, Ordnance Hunker, obviously. This is gonna be my secondary, my second C4 class. It's gonna be Expeditionary Saboteur with satchel charges and a PPSH. I like to use grip, rapid fire, and extended mags in this PPSH class setup because I feel like it really is meant for killing a lot, and rapid fire really does make that difference sometimes. I'm probably not going to use this too often because I don't think it can really hold up to my other C4 classes like this one, but I just like having it around because PPSH C4 is just a really good class to have. So it's going to be extended mags, grip, and rapid fire with satchel charges and Expeditionary Saboteur. This is my main sub C4 class. It's going to be a Beckowick with Expeditionary Saboteur, Quickdraw, Rapid Fire, and Extended Mags in the Beckowick. Because you don't have Escalation on the other class, or on this class, so you're going to need Quickdraw. And Quickdraw really does make this gun a really speedy weapon. Just snap, 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 snap. So it's going to be Quickdraw, Extended Mags, Rapid Fire for the Beckowick, Expeditionary Saboteur with C4, and stuns. This class I got from Blickathon. It's the PPSH with Advanced Rifling, Rapid Fire, and Grip with Ordinance Escalation. Ordinance Escalation is basically like streaks and kills on crack, but your main problem is you're probably going to die to grenades. There's something about this class setup that I just really like. I don't know why, I feel like I can control this gun a lot. I can get a lot of kills, I can get long range kills. There's something about this class setup, particularly if you use Escalation, that just makes this gun unbelievable. This class setup with Ordnance Escalation, or Escalation Hunger, anything you want, really is crazy. Advanced Rifling, Grip, and Rapid Fire for the PPSH 41, and this class is practically unstoppable if you get Impala. There's just something about this setup right here that just makes it feel amazing. All right, this is gonna be my class setup when you're playing in a C4 lobby and you can't throw C4 without risk of being blown up yourself. You're not gonna be able to throw the C4 as far because you don't have Expeditionary, but it's gonna be Armored Saboteur. This class setup makes it so you can't get stunned or blown up, but you can do the blowing up yourself. You don't replenish the C4 like you do with Expeditionary, but if you're playing in a lobby that you have to pull this class out, I highly doubt it should matter. So it's going to be Armored Saboteur with C4, and the main weapon doesn't really matter. I just put it in the PPSH just for filler weapon here, because I don't use this class too often. But instead of this class, you could sub out. I got this class from Kyle Kamaru and Blickathon. You could put on Saboteur Instincts with C4. You don't get stunned, but you can throw C4. It's pretty good. So Armored Saboteur, Saboteur Instincts, it really doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. Not getting blown up or not getting stunned. This class is my Armored LMG class. It's practically like my Armored Ordnance class with the EMP, but it's just in case you're in a lobby that you can't run around in. You have to have glitch to get streaks, and you're going to get blown up if you don't. Use this class, you get in a Jeep, you streak up, then you switch to something like your running game class. So your main Lewis setup for this one's going to be, actually I'd probably put on a Quickdraw for this one. Rapid Fire, Quickdraw, and Extended Mags with whatever you want. Yeah, so you're going to use that if you're in a lobby where you really can't move. This is my last class. It's going to be a C4 Shotgun Cavalry class. This is just if you need a cap, blow people up, and use a shotgun all at once. Biggest douchebag class in the game. Chris Jr. runs it. It's awful. I hate it, but I have it. So if you want to just use, you can always put on Hunker with it too, just in case you're getting blown up. But Cavalry Saboteur with shotgun or whatever is probably your best bet for just trying to cap flags, because you can blow people up while shotgunning them with the Cavalry Shield. It's pretty nasty. So that's all my class setups that I have. If you guys want me to make any more, I can definitely do that. I do change up my classes pretty often, but these are usually the ones I stick with. One more thing, it's recon artillery paratroopers, but sometimes I switch up to fighter pilot artillery firebombing. This is going to be your best streak setup for sweats. Your fighter pilot gets your artillery gets your firebombing, and it just re-rolls. This is really good for sweat players. Another good one, artillery firebombing paratroopers. If you get all of these streaks, you're not going to die. You will keep re-rolling them because they're such high streaks, and you're not going to die if you don't get blown up. One more, it's going to be, this one's good as well, for head glitching, fighter pilot, artillery, ball turn. Fighter pilot gets you the artillery makes a good, makes them trapped in main crate to get you your ball turn against good players. Next one's going to be fighter pilot, mortar strike, artillery, low streaks, you get them pretty often, they can change the game. Okay. Ball turret, firebombing, and paratroopers. Slightly higher streaks, but if you do get them, it's over. But I like to stick with recon, artillery, and paratroopers for playing against just random lobbies because the streak sub's really good just for getting a consistent score. That's gonna be my class setups, guys. And feel free to fucking do whatever you want with them.